The NAMC has changed with the times. When the first center opened its doors back in January 1975, the median household income was $11,800 a year. A 3-bedroom ranch in a solidly middle-class neighborhood on Long Island would sell for about $40,000. And a first-class postage stamp was 10 cents. Obviously, things have changed dramatically. What hasn't changed as much are the stories mothers share with each other throughout the country. There's Jane, who looks like she just stepped out of a fashion magazine. Her hair is perfectly styled, her makeup is impeccable, yet she goes home and cries because her mother passed away last year and never got to see her first grandchild. Gloria has had years and years of fertility treatments and finally becomes a mom through adoption. She's worked harder and longer and endured more. I cry at every one of these, you'll have to excuse me. And endured more heartache on her journey than most, only to hear a stranger remark, "You're lucky, at least you didn't have to go through labor." Jane and Gloria share their stories at a local mother center created by other mothers in her community. Samantha is struggling to stay on top of her clients' demands while visiting the hospital daily to be with her baby, who faces weeks and weeks of medical interventions for a liver condition. Matt and Carol try to share the responsibility of Matt's dad's care, but things start falling apart when he begins to wander away from home at odd hours. They had no idea that an Alzheimer's patient might need 24-hour supervision. Samantha and Matt share their stories at one of the NAMC's workplace discussions for working parents. Julie finds it hard to really celebrate her son's first birthday, grieving over her son's twin who died at birth. Michelle moved 1,000 miles to a new home only 2 weeks after the birth of her 4th child, following her husband's transfer to his company's regional office. Julie and Michelle share their stories in a Mother Center program housed in a public library. Bill's wife, Nancy, is hardly ever home to enjoy or help with their 6-month-old son because she's working long hours trying to make up for the salary that she lost while home on maternity leave, money they owe on their credit card bills. Mabel is bringing up another generation in her family, having had to take over parental rights for her 3 grandchildren, following her daughter's mental breakdown after a divorce that left her and her children homeless and impoverished. Bill and Mabel share their story via email to the Mothers Initiative. Eva suffered from postpartum depression 3 years ago, and although she's recovered and doing very well, her daughter Emily is affected by the neighbors who are still fearful to let their children play at their home. Denise was told she couldn't possibly have postpartum depression since her symptoms didn't appear until her son was 6 months old. To make matters worse, she was prescribed a medication for anxiety that actually worsened her depression, extending her recovery time unnecessarily. Eva and Denise share their stories in special circle of caring groups the NAMC offers in partnership with a local mother center, with the Postpartum Resource Center, and with dedicated funding from concerned individuals and foundations. In many ways, the stories have endured, but the issues have changed. Financial pressures have increased. More families need both adults in the workforce to make ends meet. Women have greater access to the education and the careers they desire, but the workplace and public policies have not changed sufficiently to reflect or support the often competing goals of raising a family and earning a living. Parenting is fraught with new concerns as we worry about the safety of our children when they're sitting in the comfort of their bedrooms, mesmerized by a computer screen that may mask the intentions of a predator. Global post-9/11 security fears are coupled with nanny cam stories on the nightly news that advise us to secretly monitor even those we trust to keep our children safe while we are away. Is it any wonder that parents report increased levels of stress and anxiety? The Mother Center role is clear. They continue to offer support, a safe, welcoming environment, an opportunity to listen and be listened to, a place to share what we know and to learn from others. The NAMC's role is to look at the trends, assess the challenges, and reach out to more mothers and fathers. As a result, the NAMC has explored libraries as alternative meeting places as rents skyrocket, has brought mother-centered discussions into the workplace for working parents who cannot join a local mother center because they do not have the time, has created discussions on elder care issues and the effects of military deployment on families, which unfortunately is a very timely issue in this day and age. Our core principles of positive and respectful communication inform the kinds of discussions that take place within our network of programs. It is those same principles that has led the NAMC to become a broker of sorts. We bring corporations and researchers to the table to discuss work-life issues and solutions that work not only for the employees, but for the companies. We'll be offering our 14th annual Work-Life Conference later this year for that exact purpose. We helped deliver cutting-edge diagnostic information about postpartum and maternal depression by offering a joint conference for medical practitioners and other healthcare providers. This weekend marks the 24th national conference the NAMC has offered, and we spearheaded today's coming together of a range of mothers' organizations for dialogue and connection. All of these efforts reflect our principles and are the concrete steps we are taking to fulfill our mission.